right, here is our not finished product. I'm not sure it's called, oh, it's the raised dough bread. So I mentioned how it would be all the way to the top, and I can't even tip it that far, but there's just not even a ½ inch left between the rim and the dough. So this is exactly what we want. This is great. So now, before I tip the phone so you can see what happens on the counter, I'm going to grease and put flour over the grease on the counter to help with the sticking. And then I'm going to dump this out onto it. And then I'm going to split it into 2 sections. I thought about doing rolls, but I'm just going to do normal bread. And then for the family function, I'll just slice it. So it'll just be nice, delicious slices of thick bread. And then I will grease and flour. I think there's another term for it, where you like put flour or something in to help with stickiness. I don't remember. So I'm going to grease and flour these. Now the most important part, I think for most bread, but is to really get these corners and down here. It really likes to stick. So I like to grease all up along the sides and these corners. That's really important to do. So I'll do that. And then after I have my 2 sections, I'm going to do what's called a stretch and fold, where I'm going to grab edges, stretch, bring it in, grab the other edge, stretch, bring it in, flip it, stretch, and like that. And I will show you that. So, okay, let's do this. This is a reusable oil sprayer. It's called Misto, and it's not like a normal aerosol sprayer. We get like that nice spray, but I think it works good enough. I don't know if I did something wrong on this, but it kind of just sprays out. But anyway, I still really like this because I put oil in it. I don't have to buy all these aerosol cans that aren't very good, throwing them in the landfill and stuff. And so you put oil in here and then you just pump it up. And then once you feel some nice resistance, then it's ready to go. Okay, here it is. So I'm just going to bring this over here. I'm gonna say this is the middle. I like to use a serrated knife. I feel like that does a fairly good job getting this split. There we go. I used to do the stretch and fold with these, and maybe I'll try and, I don't know how I did that before. I swear I did. But, because I didn't like getting my hands sticky, but I've kind of opted in for more of using my hands on this. I just kind of get some oil from the counter and the flour, and then I go for it. So we're going to grab the edges, stretch, but you don't want it to break, but you do want it to stretch. And then grab the other end, stretch, and fold. And turn around, stretch, fold. Stretch, fold. Now you go until the dough starts stiffening up, which this is already stiffening up, so I think I'll just do one more. And that's it. I'm just gonna roll it and put it and put it in the pan, just like that. Now, I am not really worried about making it look perfect in the pan, but if you want to, that's fine. Get some more on my hands. I'm going to do stretch and fold, stretch and fold, stretch and fold. Alright, it looks like just one more on this one. Oh, that one didn't go quite as well. I feel like that usually happens on the second one. I'm going to try and make this one just a little even out a little bit more. I might have should have re-oiled or redone the surface here to make that a little easier. Alright, rinse off my hands. Now I'm going to take the serrated knife and just do a little slice down the middle. And I don't know how well you can see that, just a little slice. And that will just help when it's baking and rising to split. Ow. Split in a good spot. There we go. Because the last ones I did, I forgot to do it. So you had like this weird bulge on the side, and which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, now we're going to cover these. I use tin foil, but you can use really whatever. Sometimes in tin foil, I haven't done it with this one. Maybe I just had a cheaper one before. It like came off like pieces of it and stuck to it. So I'd like pick it out, which was weird. And so I'm gonna cover these, and someday I would like a more reusable option. I'm not a fan of just this one time and then throw it away. Sometimes I try to reuse it, but it's kind of weird and gross. But anyway, so if you have any ideas of good like reusable options to cover these, I would love to hear that. And it doesn't have to be perfectly tight and sealed, just, excuse me, enough to keep it from drying out. And you don't want it too tight, because this, like sometimes this rises that far, but it will probably push up against the aluminum foil or the cover, so you don't want it too tight, because this will rise more. There we go. Now I'm going to put these in the fridge for 8 hours, so come back tonight and get them baked. I'm going to set the oven to 450. There we go. And then here is the dough. You can see these little specks. That is where it's come off onto the dough. Come on, you can see that might be a speck there. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, there's, whoops, let's look close. Right there is an aluminum speck, so I'll pick those off. Sometimes I use a knife, that helps. There we go. Once the oven warms up, we'll throw them in. Here we go. 30 minutes. Okay, the bread is done. See, this one's a little darker than this one, but that's okay. This is still gonna taste great, and that's actually starting to crack a little bit. It's kind of funny. Oh. And that's why greasing those corners is really important, because that's where it likes to get stuck. All right, there we go. That is my sourdough recipe. I think it's pretty slick and easy. Just takes a little bit of time. Let's see, so I started this, today's the third day. So I started this Monday morning with that leaven thing, or the mature starter. So if you don't count the mature starter, this took me 2 days to do with a little bit of effort. I still let things go longer than the recipe originally calls for, but this is still going to, taste amazing. So yeah, I would love to hear if you give this a try, if it turned out the way it turned out for me, or if yours is a little bit different. I have one in the fridge that I've already made, so I'll show you what the inside's supposed to look like. I want to leave these intact for the party Friday. I will say that normal baggies will not work for these because how big they are. So I actually use bags from store-bought bread or rolls and put them in there. So that is what an inside should kind of be. And see, this one kind of split on the edge instead of in the middle, but yeah. There we go. Hope you have had a great day. Today was a little weird and rough for me, but those days happen. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow for more fun stuff. So have a great night. Bye.